The year is slowly but surely coming to a close, and even after the onslaught of major releases in September and October, November has its fair share of games to offer too. Between that one sequel that everyone either loves or hates, you know the one, there are epic open-world titles to look forward to, the return of a beloved puzzler, an extraction shooter, and even a game that's over 9 years in development. Without further ado, check out the 15 biggest games launching in November of 2025. Of Ash and Steel. An open-world, third-person action RPG developed on Unreal Engine 4 that, too, from a relatively unknown studio? That's Of Ash and Steel, set in the Kingdom of the Seven and promising an old-school approach to exploration. Essentially, you need to find your own footing in the world with no markers or quest guidance, and there are plenty of secrets to discover alongside enemies to smack around. Of Ash and Steel is available on November 24th exclusively for PC. Luminous Arise. Luminous, but somehow even trippier, from the team that brought you surrealist and trippy Tetris, launching on November 11th for PS5 and PC, with VR support for both. Luminous Arise offers its own journey mode, complete with a gorgeous soundscape and visuals, before shuffling you into the real game, Survival. And that's before creating a playlist of stages, completing challenges, and playing online, all while ascending to a brand new plane. Possessor. After the underwhelming Hyper Light Breaker, Heart Machine returns to its 2D roots with Possessors, a side-scroller with fighting games like combos. Players venture through the remains of Sanzu City as Luca, possessed by the mysterious Rem, using anything and everything to fight off monstrosities. With non-linear exploration, other tragic characters to unravel, and a gorgeous art style, it's one to keep an eye on ahead of its November 11th release on PS5 and PC. Where Winds Meet. Everstone Studios' stunning open-world action RPG has made some seriously strong impressions in China. Its global release is slated for November 14th on PS5 and PC, and thus far, the wuxia fantasy and depiction of the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms still look as stunning as the combat and traversal. With more than 150 hours of gameplay and co-op exclusive activities, we can't wait to unpack it all. Inazuma 11: Victory Road. Announced in 2016, renamed several times, and delayed several times more, Inazuma 11 is seemingly set to launch at last on November 13th for Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, PC, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2. Level 5 games boast more than 5,400 characters and a brand new story with, of all things, time traveling and anime cutscenes by none other than Mappa. Whether it lives up to expectations or not, the sheer scope and spectacle are intriguing enough. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Something Raul Mendez is alive, and only David Mason and his team can stop the spread of fear or something. The story of Black Ops 7 doesn't inspire much hope, but the prospect of 4-player campaign co-op is intriguing, especially the 32-player endgame. But, except for new maps and modes in multiplayer, a new wall bounce mechanic, and a fresh zombie experience, this is about as Call of Duty as you'd expect in this day and age. It's out on November 14th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles alongside PC. Escape from Tarkov. Numerous years and controversies later, Battlestate Games' Escape from Tarkov version 1.0 is finally launching on November 15th for PC. As a hardcore extraction shooter experience, it's received extensive praise for its survival elements, including a realistic injury and treatment system and realistic gunplay. It's no escape from Duckov, but with 11 maps and a PvE mode, its official launch could either be a game changer or grounds for even more controversies. Siberia Remastered. A full remaster of the title that started it all, Siberia Remastered offers improved visuals, transforming classic locations while retaining their atmosphere. It also offers more refined puzzles, better controls, and updated UI to make experiencing Kate Walker's journey through the real and fantastical that much smoother. Siberia Remastered launches on November 6th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Kirby Air Riders. If more than 105 minutes of footage meticulously laying out features across 2 directs wasn't enough to sell you on Kirby Air Riders before its November 20th release, then nothing will. Between a new story mode featuring the Fountain of Dreams and Nova, the return of Top Ride, all of the classic tracks from the original, and everything in between, Kirby could once again be a dark horse among Switch 2 releases this year. Project Motor Racing. It's not quite Project Cars 4, but with some of the talent from Slightly Made and the backing of Giant Software, Project Motor Racing could be the next best thing. It packs more than 70 cars and 27 meticulously recreated tracks with dynamic weather, a day/night cycle, a career mode, multiplayer, and events. All this complete with realistic physics and sound design. What more could you want? We'll find out when Motor Racing launches on November 25th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. Terminator 2D – No Fate. Bitmap Bureau revisits the legendary action film, but through the lens of a retro-style 2D side-scrolling shooter. After several delays, Terminator 2D – No Fate is finally launching on November 26th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. And if its visuals and action weren't enough, you can also explore alternate scenarios based on decisions resulting in completely different endings. Football Manager 26. After canceling last year's edition, Sports Interactive is set to deliver Football Manager 26 on November 4th for Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. While numerous leagues and tons of players are a given, it's all the other changes that have us excited, including an overhauled manager creation system, extensively reworked UI, and for the first time, a partnership with FIFA. Rensport. What if RoboCop Rogue City developer Teon offered a racing sim? Well, you get Rensport, which releases out of early access on November 13th for PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. Developed alongside competition company, it offers a range of different vehicle classes, iconic tracks like Daytona and Spa-Francorchamps, and multiplayer. Early access impressions aren't the most positive, but maybe version 1.0 will turn things around. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl, PS5. Exactly 1 year later, GSC Game World's survival sandbox has grown a lot, not to mention improved by leaps and bounds on a technical level. On PS5, it offers even more, from DualSense support to gyroscopic aiming on top of PS5 Pro support. And while it may sound gimmicky, hearing the radio through the microphone or playing the guitar with the touchpad feels right. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl arrives on PS5 just in time to celebrate its first anniversary, November 20th. Constance. Looking for a less strenuous side-scroller after Silksong? Constance could very well be it, with a beautiful hand-drawn style and surreal mindscape created by its protagonist. Even if several of the basics look familiar, combat offers unique mechanics, from dispelling darkness to transforming into paint to climb up walls. Launching on November 24th, Constance will be available on PC, with console release to follow in 2026. Hey, did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.